On this week's episode of Motivational Minutes, meditation expert Vishen Lakhiani discusses his new book, The 6-Phase Meditation Method. You had two books previously that were really successful. The Buddha and the Badass, love that title. And The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, which I think Amazon has said is like the #1 book in the world, or
at one point, it was
at
the
one
number one
point it
book
was
in
a
the world.
great,
Yeah.
a great accolade there. So I'm curious, before we talk about your new book, which is the 6-Phase Meditation Method, right? Does a reader have to, or should a reader read the other two books previously before this, or will they be able to
No,
pick this
all
up
my
and
books
go?
are standalone.
Okay, very cool. Good. That's important. So the 6-Phase Meditation Method, what I love about this is that you sort of demystify meditation, right? Because the idea of meditation, when I think of it, immediately, my mind goes to, I have to sit Indian style and put my finger in like some ancient, position of some goddess, like from a
Right.
bazillion years ago. It's because I think that's what people think of, right? And you were demystifying that and saying, no, it's not, it's not that elaborate. It's more of a state of mind, state of being.
Right.
So explain first and foremost the book, like the outcome that you hope people will gain from learning about these meditative practices.
Meditation is a catch-all phrase, but it's a fairly useless word. It's like exercise. If somebody says, oh, I exercise, well, what does that mean? Are you doing Zumba? Are you doing high-intensity interval training? Are you doing yoga? Are you rock climbing? Are you playing tennis? Each of this can be classified as exercise, but they each give a different benefit. Zumba, for example, is a very inefficient form of exercise, but it fills you with joy and community. High-intensity interval training is going to build you muscle, but maybe it might not give you flexibility, or it may not give you flexibility, or it may not ease your back pain, So every exercise does something different. Now, it's the same with meditation. It's a catch-all phrase. But because there's so many diverse types of meditation, we prefer not to use it. Instead, what I talk about in the book, the 6-Phase Meditation Method, what you're actually learning is what I deem a psycho-spiritual transcendent technique. So let's break that down. Psycho-spiritual means it's part psychology, but also there's a spiritual basis to it. Transcendent means you are transcending the physical and going within. So you're literally closing your eyes, you're relaxing. You don't have to worry about mantras or finger positions or sitting cross-legged. Just close your eyes, go within. And there's 6 specific phases that you go through. And each is designed to unlock a different quality of being human. The first phase is compassion. It's a compassion practice. The second phase is gratitude, which elevates levels of happiness. The third phase is called unfuckwithability, which is basically a concept of forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Those 3 are what I call emotion-based phases. They're all about present-centeredness, about emotions. But then you go to the next 3 phases, 4, 5, and 6, and these are all about crafting a better future. Phase 4 is about a vision for yourself 3 years out. Phase 5 is about commanding your perfect day, and phase 6 is a prayer to God. So the 6-Phase meditation started really taking off when a bunch of athletes started using it. Tony Gonzalez, the NFL. There was an article in Billboard magazine about Miguel, the R&B star, who wrote the music for the Pixar movie Coco. He's had so many great songs. But it turns out that he was using the 6-Phase before going on stage at concerts. And as these articles started emerging, people started picking it up, and eventually Penguin Random House approached me and asked me to write a book about it. And that's what this book is about. It is this 6-layered psycho-spiritual technique. It takes about 15 minutes, but it completely transforms the way you show up in the world.
Subscribe today for more inspiration on the go.